Hey everybody, welcome back. Markus Graves back again with another reaction to Star Wars The Clone Wars, this time to episode 12 of season 7, the series finale, Victory and Death. If you enjoyed the upcoming video, please like, comment, share, or subscribe if you're so inclined. And now, let's get on into it. From Revenge of the Sith, but I can't remember which scene.
Just set those things to stun. We're not trying to kill anyone.
I'll tell that to them.
No!
Because that didn't kill anybody. Also, the music at the beginning, was that also the funeral music? Maybe that's what I'm thinking of, the funeral music during Qui-Gon's.
Did you hear Maul also escaped?
During Qui-Gon's funeral.
I let him out.
Target number 2's in the hyperdrive room.
Oh, nice. I'm flipping you. Get the fuck out of my way.
Sir, the hyperdrive generators are failing.
I was trying to think, have we seen this before? Like, forcefully dropping out of hyperspace like that? Maybe season 1, maybe? But I think they disengaged instead of being forced out. I can't remember. That's dope.
R7, start unlocking the doors on Bay 12. Cheap, prep the shuttle. Gigi, find out what happened to this ship.
Why do I feel like the chip droid is Dave Filoni? Because he almost sounds like, Chopper.
We're caught in that moon's gravitational field.
That's no moon.
There it is.
Whew.
So what do we do? Fight our way to the shuttle?
I don't want to hurt them.
I hate to tell you this, but they don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And those soldiers, my brothers, are willing to die and take you and me along with them.
You gotta make hard calls. He's crying. Yeah.
You're a good soldier, Rex.
And so are they.
So is every one of those men down there. They may be willing to die, but I am not the one who is going to kill them.
Fair as well.
The order was to execute the Jedi for treason against the Republic.
She's no Jedi.
Ahsoka Tano is no longer a Jedi. Commander Rex, you'll be demoted in rank from commander and subject to execution, along with the traitor Ahsoka Tano.
I was wondering, because that really shouldn't be able to work, because why, if it's solely based on the Jedi?
Commander, anyway.
Because if it was solely based on being a Jedi, why are they going after Maul? Which confirms that they're going after any active Force wielder.
Can't hold them off! Too many of them!
Choose Rex over him. The fact that she was able to hold this ship back, you guys, if you guys have seen any of my reviews for Rise of Skywalker or such, we'll talk about it. Oh, nice. Don't shoot. Damn. I mean, we obviously know Ahsoka lives through this, but how is he getting to her? Oh. That little musical stick just made it funnier. I got whoop. Oh, well, shit. You can tell where they definitely put their, the bulk of their attention and focus were on these 4 episodes. The visualization, the sequences, the choreography. Real quick while there's a lull, and I'll get more into it in the review. Ahsoka Tano, 16 to 18 years of Jedi training. Rey, 1 year of Jedi training. She should not be able to hold that ship. Ahsoka, I get it. And also they conveyed struggle. It wasn't just oh, I'm not letting that happen. No, struggle. I've never really been one, even when Starkiller did it in Force Unleashed. It seems like it just may make Force wielders too powerful, especially when Yoda, who's been training for 850 years, I would assume, struggles with a pillar in Episode 2, let alone a large moving ship. So it's always seemed, wow, that's a shot. So it's always seemed a bit of a discrepancy in terms of the Jedi and their ability to wield the Force and how they wield it. But I'll at least give it to the ones who were trained. Jesse. My bad. Thoughts are flowing into each other. My bad. If they were going to do that sequence, if they were going to do that shot, at least it was with a trained, knowledgeable Jedi who'd been training for almost 2 decades, particularly under the Chosen One. Old life is gone. Old guard. Shattered. Snowtroopers. Hoth? Man with the punch. Man with the punch. Oh, the animation for the cape. Whew, that was smooth right there. This was the site. The convoy, yeah, that we saw in Rebels. So this was Hoth that they landed on. I was wondering too, why did they focus so much when she saw the planet? They put such an emphasis on it. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a planet. I mean, I never knew that Hoth had a summer season. Thought it was perpetual winter. Hey everybody, if you're enjoying the content, please consider heading on over to my Patreon page and becoming a patron. Not only will you be helping to support the channel, you'll also be gaining access to exclusive content and benefits such as early access to my videos, full reactions, and my Patreon Discord. So, if you're so inclined, head on over to my Patreon page, the link is down below in the pinned comment, and become a patron. I want to touch on, real quick, I know I said I was going to get to some other stuff in the reaction. Before that, I want to touch on the last sequence. As I mentioned before, I didn't realize that that was Hoth. I was wondering why they focused on that, and I couldn't really... I saw the white of the planet, but I couldn't really make out what it was, so it was just like, okay, I hear the music. The way they're playing the dialogue, this is meant to have weight, but I'm not understanding what they're seeing. Then they get to the planet. It's lush. It's reminiscent of the Lurman planet from season 1, episode 16, I believe, with the Lurman and the little monkey people. It was reminiscent of that, and then they're like, oh wait, no, this is Hoth, and obviously some time has passed. So, and all the stuff that's wrapped up into it, and I want to get into that real quick before I get into anything else. What's conveyed here? One memorial. You have this fight for survival. In these last 2 episodes in particular, a fight for survival. And Ahsoka being unwilling to harm these people these men who she has called friend. And once again, congruous with her character, who she has been conveyed to be. So a hamstrung, one arm tied behind your back, fight for survival. With all of these things going on, the fact that she recognized that these were still good men, the fact that, as I mentioned before, a couple videos ago, that Palpatine will take what is good, or maybe it was last video, Palpatine taking what is good that came out of the war and twisting it for malevolent purposes. But Ahsoka still being able, like Luke in his father, still being able to see the good in him, the conflict. So, you have these men, these good men who were twisted to follow and to obey malevolent orders, and Ahsoka still sees the good in them that she memorializes every single one of them. And not only when she drops the saber, as I mentioned during the reaction, that of course, as the theme that they've been doing, it's an old guard, the glass is shattered. It's not only a memorial for the clones, it's a memorial for Ahsoka as she was, dropping the lightsaber. This is the old guard, this is everything that was good. This was everything that was noble. This is everything that had a sense of dignity about it. And they are now dropped there. And then the fact that Hoth was lush, but then became frozen over with ice. The old guard, the old ways, the good, washed over, frozen over, but still there, still existing. The convery above, her spirit still there. Not in the sense of saying that she's dead, but but once again, the goodness. I can feel the good in you. Everything is still there. Washed over, frozen, buried, but there. And then the final shot of Vader walking away, but in the clone's helmet, which was shattered. Once again, just visually conveying that the old is done away. This new malevolent empire has established itself, but the good is still there. Also, it conveys Anakin's attachment. The fact that he is trying to get rid of everything about Anakin Skywalker. That Anakin Skywalker is dead. I killed him. All of these things. And this is, I'm assuming, there's not a time frame given, but perhaps this is taking place during Empire Strikes Back? So he's already fought and defeated Ahsoka by this point. She may still be alive, because she went off with Sabine to go look for Ezra. So she may very well still be alive, but visually speaking, if this is during Empire Strikes Back, he's already defeated her and believes her to be dead. But he can never let go of his attachment. The good is always still there. The attachment is always still there. His mother is always still there. Padme is always still there. His apprentice is always still there. His son will be there. Visually, as I said during the reaction, visually, the sequences, the choreography, visually speaking, this arc is the most dynamic arc that this season offered. Second is Bad Batch. As I said, it had some limitations in the fact of introducing this Bad Batch group, but the Bad Batch group has no function past episode 1. You can argue episode 2 because you get to see what Hunter can do, but past arguably episode 1, and other than the very, very end where Echo goes with the Bad Batch, they serve no. Their impact on the story is minimal. Had you swapped them out for Cody, everything, yes, they wouldn't have been able to bulldoze. They would not have been able to do that trick shot that Crosshair did, of course. but we've seen other clones in situations similar to that, and they got out as well. So it's not that you needed their skill set, it's just you couldn't show off these skills with other clones. Other than that, some other things is like you did have the theme of the unorthodox with the Bad Batch, and then continuing with Echo, the theme of trust. All these things were still, even though the details may have gotten a little limited or murky, that theme was still there. Which gets us to the very last placed arc in this, which is the Ahsoka Trace Rafa. You guys have heard, if you guys have been with me this long, to this point, you guys know exactly what I have to say on the Trace and Rafa arc. Other than Ahsoka hearing about the Jedi's apathy, other than Bo-Katan seeing that Ahsoka is still alive, what is the impact overall in this season of that arc? Yes, she discovers the Jedi's apathy. She kind of already knew that, though, based on how they treated her. She kind of already knows that. Now, that doesn't mean she knows it about the people, but as I've said before, a few videos back, I believe, that could have been conveyed differently and with more impact on the character of Ahsoka than just hearing the one thing in a place where she shouldn't have been to begin with. Or at least it was very tenuous on why she's there to begin with in this whole situation. Let me ask you this. This arc, if the Rafa Trace arc did not exist, honestly tell me what is taken away from this last arc. Maybe there's something. Sound out to me in the comments. Maybe there's something. So it's definitely the very last. Overall, I wish Dave Filoni got more. I question why certain arcs were chosen over others. I think the last thing I'll leave with is I just wish he had more time and more episodes. Because you may say, well, what this is, because maybe if he had more episodes and this wasn't supposed to be the last, maybe they could have. And also, this was them finishing up arcs that they have already done, and then having to pick the arcs that were, I guess, maybe closest to completion, whatever the case may be. Because remember, there were also other arcs, like the Utapau arc, Crisis on Utapau, where they put out the unrendered 3D modeled version of that story. Like we know they had more stories. Maybe this was just the one that they had the most done of. And if that's the case, it's I wish they just gave him more time. I wish they gave him more episodes. I wish they gave him more leeway, if that's the case. And perhaps it would have resulted in a more consistent season. It would have resulted in a more consistent character development, consistent character motivations, at least stronger ones. Just wish he had more. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe if you're so inclined. Check out my channel for all my other content that I have on there. My short films, reactions, reviews, breakdowns, all that good stuff that's on there, and much, much more to come. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.